Woods report. All right. Hopefully my phone won't go out. It's at 90 something, so we good. We should be fine.
Okay.
Lot going on. A lot. Now I can say a lot going on. It's a lot going on. Yes, it is.
Well, a lot for one. I know one program for sure. We got a lot of updates.
Oh, the BET. Yeah. But now a lot of these stories, I'm torn on a lot of them. Mm-hmm. I don't have a lot of times we have a very clear thought on what we think or something like that. With a lot of these stories, it's I'm pulling my cord. With a lot of these stories, it's just stand up.
Okay.
Why she do all? Why wait till we go live to do all of that?
Because when I felt I was on a lump, and that was your cord, so I didn't want to pull it.
She wait till we go live, and then she want to rearrange.
Yeah, if you feel like you're sitting on a lump or some heel or something.
Mike says, "Hey, ladies."
Hey, Mike.
Hey, Mike. Mike be the first one in here a couple of times.
That means they waiting. Sorry, we late.
It's always because Lenore not ready.
Well, we had a maintenance guy come by that put me behind.
I went out there and said, "Do you have to stand out here with him?"
Because I had to give him the code.
Oh, okay.
Our manual. All
right, everybody don't need to know everything.
They don't need to know the code. Hey, Lenore, what's the code? You holler. Kim, the man's still here. You want him to know our code too?
But a lot going on with did you actually watch the BET Awards? Because I know you went to sleep.
I forced myself, you guys.
Okay.
I am old school, so a lot of when they did.
That's old school. You talking about old school?
No. When they did bring out some of the old artists, I sat there and I went, "Okay, did they remember the words?" Because I sound like I was singing with them, and I'm like, they making their own words up.
Be trying to change stuff.
Everybody, that's what it's so funny that I said that. Even Patti LaBelle said, "I forgot the words," and everybody in the audience laughing.
Yeah, you're right.
Old school, y'all make old school look bad. We don't remember stuff. We forget words. We forget the steps.
Yeah. But my thing is there was still good. Nostalgia was good. Some of the nostalgia was good.
For me, it was
good seeing the show. You know what? I think they did the people who didn't get on the MTV one.
You think?
For the 50th, because they had the Sugar Hill Gang. Remember I said, where's the Sugar Hill Gang? Mm-hmm. And on this one, they had the Sugar Hill Gang.
Mama heard you hollering when... Is it
Offset?
Oh
yeah.
I was like, "Who's on?" Kim's. I can hear Kim.
Yeah,
I said because it's
that was huge.
2 artists from the Three Amigos.
Yeah, she said the Three Amigos. Oh my God!
I told y'all I'm old school. I don't know those people.
Well, I guess that's where it came from. The Migos.
Is that their old group?
The Three Amigos. I'm saying from back in our day, it was the Three Amigos. Andale! Oh, señor! Migos.
Oh, it's not the Three Amigos.
You're thinking of in our day, it was a show called The Three Amigos.
But it's 3 of them.
And it was so racist. Oh, get your hat, senor. Oh, senor. And then they solve crimes.
I don't know.
Cisco.
That was a Lone Ranger, wasn't it?
Oh, okay.
Or was it the Migos?
No, they were crime solvers.
That was Pancho.
Oh, Cisco.
But it was 3 of them, so that's why I kept saying the Three Amigos.
And they would solve crimes, like
Sorry if we offended him.
Like what's his name? With the badge and the bullet.
The Rifleman?
No.
He wasn't a sheriff.
No, he had a guy too. He had the Indian,
the Lone Ranger.
The Three Amigos would solve mysteries.
Okay,
but it was so stereotype. Racist with the big hats. Oh, we need some water. Oh, get some Spanish rice. Oh, senor, when I was in your house, I was eating the rice and I saw your wife was behind the door. What was she doing behind the door?
So it was the 3.
And then they solved the crimes.
I saw, because this was 3 guys.
They just Amigos.
They were given
but that's where they got it from, I bet. The Three Amigos.
Yep. Yes, 3 of them.
That's where they got it.
I wonder if they mom or they dad, grandfather,
or they watched old
that show.
Or they watched old.
But who were
episodes.
Who was the one that passed away?
Takeoff.
And you was like, yeah, they were on stage together, giving tribute to him as well.
So I did it again. I wrote my stuff down. It's in my phone. That's on TikTok, but that's fine. I can remember. So the first thing that took me, well, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
The good and the bad.
The good when we went
and the ugly.
When we went to South Africa, the man said, "I'm going to show you the good. Mm-hmm. I'm going to show you the bad, and I'm going to show you the ugly." So he said when he's going to take us around,
the bad,
and the ugly.
We were in Soweto and Johannesburg.
Yeah. So he took us to the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Oh, and the ugly was ugly.
So the good, the bad, and the ugly about the BET Awards. Okay. Let's talk about the beginning of it. First of all, everybody looked like they was going to a barbecue. They didn't look like they was going to the BET Awards.
And I'm old school, you guys. I mean, at the earlier days of BET, it was just a little bit more glamorous.
This was tacky.
It was.
People had on T-shirts and shorts and just tacky. Yeah. And then the girls looked like stuff they bought from Kmart.
Right.
It didn't look like nothing high fashion. No, they looked tacky.
Every now and then I would see a group, because usually if you see a lot of the rappers, female, male, they always come out with the women doing the twerking and all that. So I try to look for steps that are different.
Lotto was nice. Lotto was different.
Was that the one with
the one with
yellow and white?
Yeah, she was going to the store and all this other stuff.
Oh no, that's white. She had on all white.
Yeah.
The other girl who did a mix from what's his name?
Corey LeRae.
Yeah,
you liked her.
I liked her because everybody was,
and she did a little dance.
They did a little music. Yeah. They wasn't vulgar.
Yeah,
but they did their little thing.
And then also they had energy.
Yeah,
yeah. So all right, so let's talk. At the beginning, like I said, the fashion was horrible. They look like, why is it when they go to the Grammys or White People Awards, they dress up? But come to our awards, you look like you just
tacky.
You tacky. You look like your makeup is horrible. Your hair is nasty looking. Mm-hmm. You look nasty. Mm-hmm. You can be sexy and not look nasty.
Right.
Some women, they just look nasty.
Yeah.
They look like like prostitutes.
Yeah.
Like I could drive down the street and see you in that.
I'm waiting for the day to come when you naked.
Even if you naked, have some class. Like have some.
How can you have class as a naked woman?
Expensive jewelry, not some knockoff piece that's hanging down.
Stuff is not a knockoff. But one of the
I'm saying you could be provocative, but still don't look cheap.
Who else? Now, one of the things with the BET Awards is more singing and entertainment than it is actually awards.
Well, this one was special because this one was salute to 50 years.
Yeah, 50 years. And that was throughout the show.
Which is fine.
I really enjoyed. Now, I didn't really enjoy the beginning of it as much because even my old school. But I enjoyed that ending part where they did the hip hop and music and the dancing.
All right, well, let's start off. I wanted to say, again, starting off with the fashion. I didn't like the fashion. So we good there, right? Also, people was...
I didn't even like what... Busta Rhymes had on. It like he had a curtain rod.
At least he dressed up. He would wear that to the Grammys. You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead.
I didn't like how people act when they got on stage or just made it. Why we always make our stuff like it's like you don't put the same energy and the same professionalism that you would if you was at the Grammy Awards.
Right.
We do. Hey, girl. What's that, girl? All on the stage.
Mama and grandma used to say, act like you got some sense.
Yeah.
That one girl whose shoe was off.
Lotto went up there.
I didn't have my shoe on. I'm sorry.
No, you wouldn't do that. You wouldn't do that at the Grammys. And if you did do it at the Grammys, you would say something. You wouldn't just run up there with one shoe. And here, girl, this my sister. Hold my gun. That's my sister. She can hold my gun.
I'm so happy.
You wouldn't do that at the Grammys.
And
so don't do it at the BET Awards.
And I don't think you would do, what's her name's mom? Let you tell her.
Yeah, and then we waited for like 10 minutes.
Holding her camera.
Then when, I think that was part of like, because Google was sponsoring it, the Google phone thing.
Oh.
So I think, but she should have said that. She should have said, you guys, Google is sponsoring this. So I got to call.
She opened up
I got to call on my Google the phone.
That nice new flip phone that's
open. That's what it was.
But you couldn't hardly hear them. So that's not good.
That's not good for Google.
No, it's not.
So why would I want a phone like that? That can barely hear her,
saying congratulations or whatever. Okay.
So that was, that was a little tacky.
Okay.
Calling people on stage when you dancing and they coming up. What's her name? Pretty V.
Was that the one he called
comedian when Luke was
she
out
did the
there?
red carpet, right?
Just tacky.
And she did a little dance.
Just tacky.
It was tacky.
You wouldn't jump up there on the Grammys and twerk.
Yeah.
So why you doing it there?
I was telling Kim. I said this was really like, in my opinion,
it used to be the hip hop awards or the Soul Train Music Awards.
In my opinion, it was the Busta Rhymes show.
Oh, you getting on later. Let's wait.
I don't know how you doing this.
I'm doing it in order.
I'm jumping in when I think about it. I'm sorry.
All right. So, talk about some of the people that was performing. Patti LaBelle was horrible.
She wasn't horrible singing.
She didn't know the words.
Yeah, she didn't know the words.
And you said she should have chose
They sang, they did a tribute to Tina Turner.
Simply the Best.
Simply the Best. You guys, if we threw, aside from Rolling on the River, if I said Tina Turner, name a song
nobody would say Simply the Best.
Simply the Best.
Why did she choose Simply the Best?
What's love got to do?
She could have did that.
Everybody would be in the audience.
And on the part where she goes up, what's love? Patti would have turned it up. She would have turned it up.
What's love? And then she would point to the audience. Got to do with it.
Right.
And a lot of them did do that. I'm thinking either they forgot the words or they really tried to get the audience.
No, a lot of them forgot the words.
Because Busta did it. Yeah, some other people did it.
Yeah.
You don't remember your song, do you?
So the Patti LaBelle forgetting the lyrics, I think was not a good one. She said she couldn't see. Okay, let's go with you not being able to see.
You know she old.
You old, Patti.
Yeah.
Because the younger Patti would have not been able to see and ad-lib.
Yeah.
She would have still ad-libbed Simply the Best. Yep. Oh, you're the best, better than all the rest. Oh, I can't read the words, but honey, I know you the best. Yes. Tina, you're shining down on me.
Maybe that's why they did.
Patti LaBelle, old Patti LaBelle would have did that.
That's probably why they did Simply the Best. The name of the song, Tina, Simply the Best.
What do you mean?
That's probably why they chose that song. The theme of the song, the name of the song is Simply the Best.
Oh, okay.
Better than all the rest.
Oh,
that's the only reason why I can think they would dig that song.
But even then, younger Patti would have made up words.
Yeah.
About you're the only one that could dance across the stage. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You're the best. She would have talked about Tina Turner.
Something.
I can't see the words, y'all. I love y'all.
And they could have very well just said something as a tribute to her. They didn't have to have a song.
Yeah.
That took a good 5-10 minutes there. So
that was number one. Mm-hmm. Number two, the audience was ratchet.
Yeah.
It was ratchet. It was a lot of the shows that's on BET and TV One and all of those shows like Love and Hip Hop and Bad Girls and
Ray J
and they were so and then a lot of the rappers, a lot of the younger rappers are ratchet. The Sexy Red, she was so ghetto. She is.
Which one is
why is she famous?
Which one is she?
Maybe she like Luke. You don't know her. She wasn't even up there. She was in the audience with Krishan Rock, who's another dope. That just every time they get, and this girl pregnant, half dressed.
Oh, that's the one in the red outfit.
No, that's Sexy Red. Well, she's not pregnant.
Oh,
you know who you're talking about.
She had on one piece.
No, you talking about Trina.
Oh, because you said
no, Trina wasn't out there twerking and all that. No, but I'm talking about these young ones was out there in the audience twerking, and it was so funny. Bobby, the gospel. What's his name?
Jones.
Jones.
They
had a lot of gospel artists in the audience because they gave away a lot of awards earlier. So they wasn't on the show, but they was in the audience. I saw, what's her name? Yolanda Adams. Mm-hmm. It was a couple of gospel people in the audience.
Okay.
So you had this mixture of gospel people and the most ratchet of the ratchet out in the audience.
Right.
So Bobby Jones was there and I don't know whose idea was it to sit him next to Sexy Red, who's ratchet. She twerking, breast on, everything just nasty. Mm-hmm. And Bobby Jones looked like you could have just bought him for $1. He was so mad that he was sitting there. They were showing his face and he was like this.
Oh, because she was next to him.
And his whole row, you can know it's all gospel people. They was like this.
I don't know why.
Who sat us next this.
To the crazy. Yeah. I didn't even know that they were in the audience. I thought I did see Yolanda.
They were in the audience.
She's a Busta Rhymes she loves Busta Rhymes.
And every time they have where there's not real celebrities in the audience, it's like they invite people from the street to come in.
Right.
To fill the seats. I would prefer you just have nobody.
I like the award shows when you do look at the camera pans to the audience and you see so and so like, oh, that's what's her name and her husband. Oh, you recognize the faces.
Like clapping and dancing, not twerking, breasts all out, and just stupid. The dumb audience. So I didn't like that.
Okay.
Like I said, Sexy Red, she's so nasty. She has a song. See, look. That's her and Krishan Rock twerking and doing everything. I'm not even going to show it on here. So I didn't like that. That's the ugly to me. Mm-hmm. Little Uzi opened up the show. Okay. That's the one you saw coming down on the thing, had the mask over his face. I just want to rock, 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 rock. Well, when he did his first song, at the end of his song, he did a shout out to Ice Spice. You saw her, the little redhead. That's everybody's watching her, Little Orphan Annie. Mm-hmm. She usually has a little curly hair like Little Orphan Annie. Mm-hmm. It's really every man who's a child, M word. They pretty much fawn over her because she looked like she in high school, or she might be in 8th grade.
She's older though, right?
Yeah, but she looks like she's in 8th grade.
Oh, very
petite. And there are Kellys in the hiding. But they not hiding anymore. Uh-huh. They just feel like, well, she's older, but she just looks like she's a kid.
Okay.
The same ones that was fawning over Britney Spears. Okay. When Britney Spears was an adult, but she still wore the little cheerleading outfit and her little outfit from Catholic school.
Right.
So these men, if you have a man, a grown man, who is into Ice Spice, you might want to check and find out what's going on with him. Young, okay, I get it. A young guy, yes, that's their thing.
But an older man.
He's in his 20s or whatever. But you a grown man, 40s, fit, whatever, and you into Ice Spice. Ooh, she's sexy. Oh, that your husband or your boyfriend likes young girls.
Okay.
Yeah, he likes young girls because she looks young. She looks like she's in high school.
She performed, right? I didn't see her perform.
I
turned away.
You didn't see it? Mm-mm. She was born.
I went to regular news and then I came back.
Ice Spice is a industry plant, in my opinion.
Oh, really?
Industry plants, if you notice throughout history, even with our day, are people who blow up overnight and their talent level doesn't match where the media and everybody's putting them.
They get a lot of
Those are industry plants. Okay. Those are people who the industry has stamped and said, we want to pour a lot into you and for you to succeed. But your talent doesn't, in my opinion, it doesn't match what we're pouring into you. Mm-hmm. Some industry plants work because their talent rises to the occasion.
Okay.
The Jacksons was an industry plant, in my opinion, because Berry Gordy went out of his way to promote the Jacksons more than anybody, to the point, Diana Ross to me in the beginning was an industry. It's like, you saw how we went to see that play. They had certain picks, and those are the people they put everything into.
Right. They pour more time.
Sometime it pans out because their talent rises to that. Mm-hmm. I don't think Ice Spice talent rises to that. Mm-hmm. It's too many female rappers that rap better than her.
Okay.
For her to have that much exposure. But she's an industry player, in my opinion. Well, Little Uzi gave a shout out to her. Okay, in the beginning of the program.
Okay.
And Little Uzi, you all right?
My side is starting to hurt.
Little Uzi dates one of the
and we all listening there like we don't know these people.
Little Uzi, but you heard their names.
I know, but I don't know them. He
dates one of the city girls. We talked about the city girls, Carisha and Young Miami and White Tea. Okay. He dates one of them. So right there, he set up a thing for her to be upset because he shouted out Ice Spice at the end of his song. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Then he comes down and sits in the audience and they sit him next to Ice Spice. Okay. And JT is sitting next to him. Something must have happened. Somebody said he was talking to her too much, Ice Spice, flirting or whatever. another ghetto moment. It disrupted the whole show. You see a whole bunch of people that was standing up in the front and people was like, okay, we got a show going on here. That was them. She stood up, started yelling at him, threw her phone at him, hit him in the head, and then said, get my blankety blank phone and all this other stuff.
While the show going on.
While the show is going on. I'm out of here. Get up. They all left. In the front row. And Ice Spice security got her up and moved her out of there. All while the show is going on.
That should tell you, even with the people sitting there, like the gospel artists,
they should have left. Yolanda Adams,
an atmosphere that was
Adams, and then you saw the camera kept going to Yolanda Adams. She should have left.
Yeah,
I think Yolanda missed God
if
on
they doing that crazy in the front, that's very disrespectful. Now, I guess too, the crazy that happened on the Academy with
Will Smith.
But
why is it always
that ball?
So, but they
Black
do too. You're right. They
crazy
do too.
on camera.
They do too, though, because they've done stuff
People
too.
sitting there going, "What just happened?"
Mm-hmm.
So
to me, it turned into the Source Awards.
Yeah,
that's what I felt like. It was the Source Awards or the old Soul Train Music Awards.
Yes.
Now, what we did like about it, I did like I said, the Sugar Hill Gang. I liked how. The DJ, I forgot his name. Y'all know who he is.
Is he a famous one?
Yeah, he's famous. If I look it up, I see it.
How he flowed with everything.
I like how he flowed with everything. And I like how they divided up the different areas of hip hop. And the different, like they didn't just go New York. It was the Queens, Brooklyn. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't Watts. It wasn't just New York rappers. Mm-hmm. I love how they did that.
Okay.
And they had them all come out from the same borough. He did it in sections. And he also did the same type of music together. Okay. I like that. Because normally when they give a hip hop tribute, they throw everybody together and everybody don't fit each other. You don't put a gangster rapper with Sugar Hill Gang. Mm-hmm. That don't mix. So I like how they did that.
A lot of DJs, their job requires a lot more than just spinning records. Yes. They actually could be the flow of a party.
Yep.
And how things flow.
I like how they did... not only did they have the different boroughs and the different places, Midwest, they had Midwest come out, Chicago. If you saw that, Chief Keef and all of them came out. That was Chicago. And it was a lot of them. And then I like how they had the South, but not just the South. Atlanta, Houston. It wasn't just, that's what I'm saying. They didn't just throw everybody into one thing. And then I liked how they did older and then who's hot right now. So, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they did from early back in our days, mm-hmm. maybe in the 90s, and then who's hot now in those sections. Okay. I like that. I like how they had...
they didn't have that many representation of women. I know they brought what's her name? Yo.
Yeah. Older ones they did. The younger ones they did. Yeah. Well, they was on the other one. That's why I said I think
show?
The MTV. Oh. I think they did the people who got left off of MTV. They let them come on here.
MTV. I was surprised they didn't have the Sugar Hill Gang.
That's what we were saying. Or T.I. When we were saying so the people they didn't have on MTV, I think they brought them on here. So I think that's what that was for. Young Yeezy, all of them. Okay. A lot of them. Okay. So I did like that. I did like seeing a lot of the hip hop artists that we miss seeing. Okay. I did like that. What else? Oh, now your Busta Rhymes. What did you like about? Oh, wait a minute, hold on. Before Busta Rhymes, you said I screamed when Migos, because everybody was like, we never would think we would see that again.
Well, you said our last show we talked about them making up him.
They was at a barbecue or some kind of thing for Takeoff in his memory. Mm-hmm. Maybe that was the beginning of it.
And they said, well, they probably was already together. Yeah, and then started rehearsing this.
Yeah, and they said, well, since we can do that, then we can come together and give this real tribute to Takeoff. I like that. I did like that. And now Busta Rhymes. So what's your take on Busta Rhymes?
I mean, what I said earlier, I just felt that he was the probably the longest acceptance speech that I've ever heard.
He received the Lifetime Achievement Award.
Literally almost a half hour.
Yeah.
He talked a long time and I really didn't feel he needed to. I love Busta Rhymes. But I just felt like all that he had to say Yes, he said he had a lot more to say.
Mm-hmm.
And even made a comment about, I wish I had gotten this award earlier.
I know.
And that's kind of like throwing shade.
He should have gotten it earlier, but that was true.
But I just felt like it was half an hour of him, because when he came back on to even do his songs, and I'm like, dude, you old school now. You can't hardly move.
Right.
He couldn't hardly breathe the songs out, because he's known for real quick raps.
Yeah.
So, but I just felt, I was laughing because I said this was the Busta Rhymes award show. And that was pretty much it.
So. Well, Busta Rhymes, he did have some good things to say. Mm-hmm. He made a comment. He said that they need to stop all the beef that's going on and get this bag.
Yeah.
To me personally, more of the beef is the women.
Yeah,
the women is the men. They have a little beef, but the big beef, in my opinion, in hip hop right now is the women.
Yeah,
you either Cardi or Nicki
Minaj. Yeah.
If you sing with Cardi, and Nicki ain't gonna sing with you. Mm-hmm. If you sing with Nicki, then Cardi. It's too much. That's why I agree with him on that. People missing their bag because Nicki and Cardi gonna always make money,
right?
And y'all little peon rappers that's falling up under them. You're decreasing your sales, and you're also decreasing where you can go because you've aligned with somebody who's upset or angry with somebody else.
It's really petty and
it's petty.
I did like how he gave Busta Rhymes gave an example of how he was a hustler and how he would try to get after he left his group.
Yeah.
He's on his own. He was a little nervous about being on his own, but he noticed later on the royalties that come to them and the money that comes to them, it's just on him.
Right.
And that's good. He don't have to share and split it.
Right.
But how he would take very expensive cigars and other smoking paraphernalia or whatever you call it, into the studios where he knew the big names was there and they was working on projects, and he would greet the person at the front desk.
He knew all the receptionists.
Make them think he left. I was working on a song and I left some stuff back in the studio. So let me go back there and get it. And of course they're going to let him back there.
Right.
And then while he's there, he's passing out very expensive cigars and things for them to smoke. While they doing they smoking. And, hey man, I got a few rhymes, man. I want to share with you. He didn't want to just share it. He wanted to be in the mic to do it.
Right.
So that was real slick.
And then while he was there, he said, I knew by the time that the blunt passed back around to me, they're going to be like, spit a few bars. And he said, that's where that quickness comes in.
Yeah.
No. And I was like, ooh. He said, no. He said, I'll do it in the booth.
Yeah.
You're not going to just get
it now.
You won't have to record me or something. He was smart. Smart.
I like that. And he has a very unique style. I can honestly say Busta Rhymes.
Yeah.
So.
And we love Busta Rhymes. So Busta Rhymes is good. I love Marlon Wayans was the one that handed it to him and Swiss Beats. And Marlon was being funny, talking about how Busta grabs your hand and gets all right in your face and talks with that hot breath and all this. He was very good. Very passionate speaker.
Yes.
Marlon was funny the way that he always is. So that was funny.
You notice that what's his name from the Baton Rouge?
Who?
The rapper from Baton Rouge.
Boosie?
No. My age or your age.
Oh, Master P.
Master P. He had he was advertising the cereal that he
advertised everything,
and he was advertising his shoe line.
Yes,
and he had him on that night. So he was using that opportunity.
Master P used every time to
promote his products.
It was good to see Remy Ma and Papoose was in the audience. Everybody kept thinking that Remy Ma and Papoose was getting a divorce. They was in the audience together.
Okay.
It was good seeing Ray J and Princess because him and Princess get a divorce every week.
I didn't even know that was her because he said, "This is my woman."
Yes.
And I figured, oh, that's his wife.
So Ray J and Princess was in the audience. It was a few little couples that was in the audience that everybody was like, "Oh, okay, I didn't know y'all was like that."
Okay.
But it was pretty good. I think for the most part, I did like the nostalgia. I love the music. I'm a hip hop person, so I love music and I love hip hop. So I just feel like it should have been a little bit classier. That's all. The people in the audience was tacky.
Y'all old schoolers like me, I don't know if they can ever get back to that. Because, I mean, back in our day, it was just the way things was done.
Yeah.
It was more professional.
Yeah. But other than
the fact that they had a fight in the front.
Yeah. So other than that, it was a good, okay. I think it was a good one. All right.
I don't think so.
Oh, you didn't like it? Okay. All right. So
from a scale of 1 to 5, probably a 2.5.
Okay.
Yep.
Now, This story had to happen in Chicago.
Oh, it was?
This is the story of the woman and her 14-year-old son. And I have to tread lightly on the words we use so we don't get banned.
Okay.
And having she had an altercation with this man you see in the picture.
Yeah.
And
That's
at
sad.
Maxwell. Now we know Maxwell's here. We here in Chicago.
Yeah.
You don't go to First of all, you don't go to Maxwell's at night. Everybody and mama know that.
Happened?
Yeah, everybody knows that.
Okay.
If you go to Maxwell's at night, you already know you're gonna run into some N-words.
Crazy.
Some N-words.
Mm-hmm.
And they probably high or whatever and looking to fight. So you first of all, she has a permit to carry. In my opinion, she should have had it on her. That would have.
That's when you carry.
That would have satisfied
at 1,
everything.
2 in the morning in Southside Chicago.
At Maxwell's.
Yeah, that's when you carry.
That's number one. I would have had that on me.
Okay.
So we wouldn't even got to this situation.
Mm-mm.
So that's number one. But apparently what happened, there's two sides to this story. There's the side that people made up, because you know the internet runs crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's real evidence. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
When this story first came out, what it was said was her and this man was in line and they started arguing. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And he was hyped up to number 552.
Okay.
And she was still like just regular talking to somebody, like how you would just normally argue with somebody. Mm-hmm. I don't know what they was arguing over. I guess I don't know if that's come out
They're
yet.
Investigating that.
But they might have been arguing over who's placing food. But he just kept saying, get your food. Get your food or whatever.
He kept saying that.
Yeah, like whatever. Like get your food and get out of here or something like that. Whatever. So they was arguing back and forth. And he said, it started to escalate. And what the people said was that she texted her son who was in the car, her 14-year-old son, and said, bring me my, my pipe. Well, the thing that fires. So while this was all going on, they were still arguing. And then he said, say something else. And then she said something else. He said, say something else on my grandma. I'm going to punch you. I'm going to knock you out. So she, kept talking. He reached all the way back like you would hit a man. And then he hit her in the face. He punched her in the face. Uh-huh. He said, say something again. I guess she was saying like, whatever, you get hit me in my face. He hit her again 3 times. Her son was coming in while this was happening. He saw this man hitting his mom. And he pulled out the piece and blasted him. Hit him in the back, I guess. Then this dummy started running out. I guess he wanted the man that hit her. He started running out. And then what the internet said is that she said, blast him again. So the boy shot again while he was running and hit him again. And that knocked him out and he passed on. So then they said that the internet said that she said, give me the gun, and started wrestling with the gun because she wanted to blast his girlfriend who was there, edging him on. So that's what the internet said.
The girlfriend was in part of it.
She was part of it, egging him on. Egging him like, he told you to be quiet and all this other stuff. Uh-huh. So she's outside from what the internet said. And then she was trying to get the gun, from her son to blast the girlfriend. Okay. So that was the story that came out, and everybody was kind of giving their own view. Should the boy, of course, they turned themselves in. Should the boy be locked up? Should the mom be locked up? What's going on? So the internet went crazy with this over the weekend.
Because everybody had their opinion.
Well,
now that you're telling a story that way, if it really happened that way, I see now why the boy shot him.
Well, blasting them. But the thing is that I never felt the boy was the problem. He did what his mom told him to do.
Right.
And if I see somebody, I swear, a man
hitting my mom
with a fist, our mother, over and over again, I will blast you where you stand.
We would be in jail. Yeah.
We would be in jail.
Yeah.
I will blast you where you stand.
You suck.
And if you run, I will blast you again. Because I don't know where you're running to.
Yeah.
You could be running to go get somebody to come get us.
Right.
You could be running to your car to get you. I don't know where I hit you. Mm-hmm. I could have hit you in your arm and you running to your car to get something. Mm-hmm. You're down, buddy. Mm-hmm. You're not going running anywhere. You're it.
So this man has passed away.
You should have never hit her with your closed fist hand. Mm-hmm. And she wasn't even arguing with you. The fact she wasn't calling you out your name. She wasn't hitting you. Mm-hmm. She wasn't throwing nothing in your face. Nothing to get you to escalate to that point. Mm-hmm. That's somebody who has some anger issues.
The girlfriend that's with him.
And your girlfriend is an idiot.
Yeah.
And she's probably a moron. She's probably been hit by him so many times that she thinks that's normal for a man to reach back and hit somebody 3 times.
Right.
So right there, I said, the boy, no. 14 years old, never been in trouble, good student, honor student. This is not somebody who has street. He's a gang member. He's this, he's that. He's listening to his mom say, go get my piece. Mm-hmm. When he walks in, he sees you assaulting his mom. I'm blasting you.
I'm surprised if she's got a concealed to carry, why she don't have it with her.
Well, that's number one.
Because she could have did it herself.
So then her family comes out because they looking at the narrative. And they say, I don't know where y'all getting all this. Never did she text him and be like, bring it in here to blast this man or nothing like that. Never was her intent was to harm this man. She wanted it for safety because he was escalating it. And that was number one. Number two, they said she never said, blast him again when he was running. And she never tried to get the gun to take it. Oh, I didn't say the word. Never tried to get the piece to take it. And
you didn't say that word, G?
Well, no. And blast the girlfriend. Okay. This is her family. They saying, where is that? Everybody running with this narrative. There's no evidence of that.
Okay.
So then when I heard, and even from that first part, I said she shouldn't be charged with the main M word. Mm-hmm. I always felt this should be a lower sentence anyway, because of the fact that he hit her and he put her in that situation, right. And he escalated it when he didn't need to.
Right.
But that's neither, and she don't have no record or nothing. So I always felt like, even from the beginning, the worst that she should get would be some kind of punishment where she's on probation or something for years. You know what I'm saying? Don't get in trouble again and you're all right. But when that came out that that never happened, about her telling her son do all of this, the DA today dropped the charges.
For all of them?
For everything.
Why did this man standing in line not help?
A lot of people are saying, well, you know, Chicago. We don't know if that he would have fired on him or something. You know, people scared. They was running. They said everybody ran. See, that's why I'm so glad God don't put us in
the gun went off.
I'm so happy God.
They don't want to get shot.
Let's pray. We've lived how long? Let's pray that we never get in a situation, because we are vigilantes. And if we would have seen him closed fist hitting this woman over and over again, I would be in jail.
I know.
Because I would be the 14-year-old boy. And they'll be like, that's not even your mother. Why are you laying him out?
Mother that he shouldn't be hitting. And I would probably be jumping in it too. Like I would grab her. Get off of her. Don't hit her. And he would probably have to do the S word on me.
If he would hit one of us, it'd be a fight all up in that place.
I would just have,
because I would have to fight his girlfriend and everybody else.
I would see Jesus.
We would have to see Jesus. Say. I would have to see Jesus.
I don't like that. I don't like what he did, because I don't know, whatever she said, it was not worth.
It didn't warrant him doing that.
Punching her like that.
Over and over again.
Over and over. So he
reaching back.
Who is
so his family?
Anyway?
Thank you.
Familiar.
His family. He looked familiar. Well, he's from Chicago, so you might know.
I know he's somebody's son and brother, nephew. Y'all recognize him? Oh, that's so and so.
It says Carlisha Hood, 35, was at Maxwell Street. This is the one on Halstead.
That's the one we've gone to. No, Halstead one.
This is the South Halstead one.
Okay.
Near Pullman. when she got into we go to the main, the original one, in where they say Jewtown, but that's supposed to be racist.
That's not nice.
It used to be called Jewtown.
Yes.
When she got into an argument with Jeremy Brown, 32.
Now his life is gone.
While waiting on her food. Now, here's the thing. Her family put up the thing, and people was going back and forth about she was wrong and all this.
What did his family say?
Well, his family put up a thing, somebody, we miss you, Jeremy, and that was wrong. And girl, if I tell you how the internet went after them, they had to take that down, and close the page. And his girlfriend originally posted something and said, y'all can come on, bring me the smoke. Well, obviously they brought her the smoke. She had to close her page down. Thousands and thousands. And when Black Twitter come after you,
that's almost
everybody's a comedian. So they had jokes. He could have got his food first. He was running. I would have grabbed my bag. They should have never posted him. Because it was so many memes and people being funny and all this and all. They disrespected his family so bad.
Oh, my goodness.
I would have never said I was part of his family.
Oh,
they had to close their page down.
Oh, my goodness. This guy, though, that's why
he know how to order food. You should have taught your son not to hit women. He know how to hit that Maxwell hot dog. They was on him.
Because think about it. That 14-year-old boy coming in the restaurant, seeing a man beat his mama. I don't even know.
I don't even know what I would do. I know what I would do. I know what I would do.
Oh my God, that 14-year-old boy probably was like,
and I know how I am, because we do have our FOI card, even if I didn't have that, I know me, I couldn't climb. I would reach for whatever that man is cooking in that background. Hopefully that's not a knife.
Oh my goodness.
A basket of hot fries. Whatever I would have grabbed, it would have been on him.
I just don't know what I would do. Oh my goodness.
Closed hand fist. Reaching back.
Punching this woman.
More than once.
And the girlfriend rooting on.
He told you to be quiet.
Do it. Get on the left side.
Now
Get on the right.
And because of her, you are part of the reason why your boyfriend
is not alive. Yeah.
Because rather than being a woman and jumping in and be like,
honey, don't do
I'm used to you hitting me.
Yeah,
I'll jump in and let you hit me.
Honey,
don't hit her.
Honey, stop. You hurting her. Don't hit this woman.
Thank you.
And then why did he run?
Because he got shot.
No, you know you wrong. If somebody coming in and you beating somebody up and they take a smack at you with the weapon, you know you wrong right there.
You know you wrong.
Because if you still crazy, you would still try to fight them.
Now I told you, we going back to the Wild Wild West.
Yeah. He may have had a piece himself.
He could have had a piece himself. People not just going to be doing that. And this dude think he back in the 70s. Why would you ball your fist up and hit a woman you don't even know, not thinking anybody could have taken him out?
That's true.
That man with the cigar could have had a piece on him and been like, I'm taking him out.
I'm surprised they went that far. That man just standing there. What would y'all do? Would y'all do something?
Some people wouldn't do nothing. And I don't, they shouldn't. They shouldn't have to.
If it was
you shouldn't have to feel like you got to put your life in danger to save somebody else.
The people we know, you think will stand there, Kim?
What people?
The men we know. You think
they would have jumped in? Oh God, no.
That's what I'm saying. What kind of man you talking about?
First of all, the men that we know wouldn't have been at Maxwell's by themselves. It would have been a carload of them, and they would have jumped him so bad. He would have wished somebody would have blasted him. That's the better way to go out.
You hitting woman, get it.
And we know West Indians. They would have carved him up and put him in the back of the car. And in the trunk and drove him off and threw him into his pieces into the we are Chicago. You don't do that. What's wrong with him?
I don't know. Maybe he was high. Well, he's not living anymore, so okay.
All right, so that's it with that.
But the most recent thing is they dropped the charges for both.
According to the what I just read before we came online, they dropped the charges.
Okay.
What's going on with your guy?
Oh Lord. Chris Christie is at some
Fred Flintstone.
Faith and Fred. Wendy got calling him Fred Flintstone. Is at some at Faith and Freedom Conference. Okay, the key word at Faith. It's a Faith and Freedom Conference.
Trump shouldn't have been there.
Let me say it again. Faith and Freedom Conference. So Chris Christie has always made it clear.
Yeah.
I'm running because I want to make sure this man don't win.
Right.
Trump. I want to make sure that he gets what he deserves.
Right.
Because all the things he's put out there, the things he's done, he is not a good person.
Right.
But let's hear what Chris has to say in the video.
Even though he was on his side till he got COVID.
Look, you can change sides.
Well, he got COVID and he was laying in the hospital bed and Trump didn't give two rats.
People still don't like Chris Christie.
Right. Well, we don't. I don't. But here we go.
Chris Christie spoke at the Faith and Freedom Conference and got a lot of reaction. Take a look.
He's unwilling to take responsibility for any of the mistakes that were made, any of the faults that he has, and any of the things that he's done. And that is not leadership, everybody. That is a failure of leadership. And you can boo all you want. But here's the thing. Our faith teaches us that people have to take responsibility for what they do. People have to stand up and take accountability for what they do. Half the room was clapping also. And so it was a real mixed bag. But look, I knew that's what was going to happen when I accepted the invitation. But I'm not changing my message and pandering to anybody. I'm going to tell the truth.
So
okay.
So one of the things that one of the things that Sonny was saying, she still don't understand why evangelicals are even that they supported him when he first came out.
Right.
Why would you be surprised that they're still supporting him? Well, Sarah made a good point. She said, I understand when he first came out.
Right.
Because they wanted a Republican Supreme Court.
And you got it now.
And certain things they wanted in place.
Right. But you don't
they
have
wanted
to
turn the whole Roe
versus Wade.
Yeah, all of that. But she said now
there's no reason.
As a Faith and Freedom Conference, this man has no reason to be supported by evangelical Christians. We said why.
They're not evangelical Christians. They're Sadducees
well,
and
then
Pharisees.
if they got to make it clear as evangelicals, and they brought up what's his name? What's the guy that led the? There was a movement.
It don't matter.
His dad, Pharrell. And that name and the son. And Whoopi said, I remember back in my day, it meant something when a person was of character. They had integrity.
Right.
And Christians stood up for that.
They wouldn't support an adulterer and all this other stuff.
Thank you. But that was one of the things that they shared. And they're happy, most of them, that Chris Christie is speaking out going, okay, he got good applause at the end because people had to go, yeah, you're right. Why are we supporting this man? This man has robbed things. He's causing criminal activities. And as evangelicals, we don't stand for that.
Well, KLP says on TikTok, he changed sides hoping he'll get elected. I will not be voting for him. I agree. I don't care about Chris Christie.
I don't care about him.
Right. But he's right though. You can say the right stuff and be the wrong vessel.
Exactly.
He's saying all the stuff that's right.
And let's just say for set the record, he wants to win. He's running.
He does.
I like the fact that he's still ruffling the feathers of people in the faith movement.
Right. Well, first of all, they're not, that's what I told you. They're Sadducees and Pharisees.
No, but that's not true.
They're religious. No,
that's
these
not
people,
true. You labeling all of the evangelicals who are supporting him are not megas.
I'm saying the ones that make excuses for his behavior.
Yeah.
You are a Sadducee and a Pharisee. You do not have the love of Christ and you do not speak Christ because this man was convicted, civil
of
taking advantage of a woman. This man is now on trial for, I don't even know how many cases. He got more coming up.
Gosh.
Which are lying and manipulating the system. Mm-hmm. If you make excuses for him, and I don't care what you or anybody else says, I'm saying it. You are not a true believer. Mm-hmm. You are a Sadducee and a Pharisee.
Yeah, if you are supporting him.
If you support him and you call out all the stuff that he's doing and says, I'm looking at the bigger picture.
Right.
I want to make sure that a pro-life judge stays in office, and I want to make sure that this stays in office,
for the
and
policies,
for that umbrella. He's a horrible human being. But because of the party that he represents, I'm forced to vote for him. Yeah. That's a different story.
Okay.
I'm talking about people who make excuses for him.
Well, that's what
you shouldn't like him or anybody else that does that.
That's what they were saying. Pretty much, Sarah was saying, aside from what you just said,
right?
There's really no strong reason to support him, even for the policy purpose of it.
I'll listen to him.
Now, here's the thing: the question comes out once all 20 of them run. If he makes it as the main candidate, that's a discussion now they got to have.
You have 20 of them up there. Bonehead Tim Scott, who's a Christian. Mother Mike Pence. Who's a Christian?
DeSantis a Christian?
I don't know what he is. I'm talking about the ones who are supposed to live their life, whatever.
Okay.
And you vote for Trump. I'm sorry. You are a Pharisee and a Sadducee. Okay. Now, if he gets the nomination, and then you say I'm forced to vote for him, that's a different conversation we can have.
Okay.
But you're gonna push aside Tim Scott and Mike Pence to vote for Comb over. Mm-hmm. So no, you are Pharisees and a Sadducees.
So that's pretty much where we're at with Chris Christie and the platform that he's taken. Yeah, he has to remind people, wait a minute, this is a faith and freedom event.
We're supposed to be Christians.
Or even...
And he spoke there. Comb over spoke there.
Yeah. Our faith teaches us this. Our faith teaches... And it also teaches us to forgive and to move on. But if the person is not taking responsibility and ownership for their mess.
When have you ever heard Trump say, I was wrong, and why don't y'all pray for me?
Never. Does he even know what the word prayer for me is?
So the evangelicals are the same ones that when they say Sunday morning is one of the most racist times of the segregated. Mm-hmm. Yeah, those are the same evangelicals. When you walk in their church, they be like, "Oh, what you doing here? We only have a few token black people. We don't want a bunch of y'all in here."
Thank you.
So
it's too many.
Thank you. Those are Pharisees and Sadducees.
That was it with that.
All right. So we'll see what Fred Flintstone comes up with. Pharrell Williams, real quick, has his first menswear collection for Louis Vuitton. He takes Paris Fashion Week by storm. Everybody was there. Everybody. Beyonce, Jay-Z, everybody was there at his first fashion show for Louis Vuitton. Mm-hmm. He takes over as the creative director.
Wow.
Everybody loved the fact, I was telling you, lately he's been wearing a lot of stuff about God. For God so loved the world, or this or that, or so I don't know what's going on with him, but he's been doing a lot of stuff about God. He also had, when he was doing the runway walk, as the models was coming out, a choir was singing.
So Christian music?
So yeah, a choir. But you know, they never say Jesus. They never say Jesus. It's how, remember how,
BB and CC?
BB, hold up the light. Okay. Who's the light?
Or day by day, no
more. Yeah, it's that, yeah.
Who is you?
Who is you?
I'm lost without you.
So it's like that.
You?
Yeah.
Easy to see.
Yeah. Which is fine. I know, because sometimes you can't really go out and say that. Because it's Jewish people in the audience, and it's people Muslim.
They making a love song to their spouse.
Yeah. Or God. You say God.
Yeah,
God could be whoever.
Yahweh.
Yeah.
Whatever. Okay.
But it was a choir.
Okay.
So usually when you see a choir, you think of Jesus.
Yeah.
Especially when they start getting happy and stuff. And have some big black woman come out and yell. Mm-hmm. And it's always a big black woman that comes out and yell.
I don't know why.
On this one, it was a big black woman that came out and yelled.
They have a choir singing, or they have the music?
No, a real choir.
They had a real choir.
Real choir. Ooh. And the big black woman come out.
Maybe he got a little touch from the last movie he did with Kim Pharrell and them.
Oh, he did a movie with them.
Kim Pharrell. The movie he did.
You're right.
He did the music to it.
So
Kim Pharrell went a little too overboard.
That's why he's in. So he's
unless he had a moment, a burning bush moment.
Maybe he did, because Pharrell lately, like I said, all I've been seeing is God and Jesus and all this other stuff. Okay. But one of the rappers who came out and he actually walked on the runway in his clothes was Pusha T. Mm-hmm. And when Pusha T came out, they played his song. Pusha T has a new song coming out with Pharrell in it.
Oh, okay.
It's a rap song. Now, Pusha T is the same rapper that bodied Drake. They got into a beef. And you don't want to get in a beef with Pusha T because he'll body you. He's good with his words.
Oh,
yeah, he'll slam you on the ground and bust your head wide open.
Oh, with his words.
So Drake tried to come back. Leave it alone, Drake. You're not a battle rapper.
Okay.
And Pusha T came back and bodied him. Talked about he got a son that he don't even see and all this other stuff. Ooh, forced him to come out and had to reveal his son. He had a hidden son in Paris.
Oh, he tell on you.
So in this song, Pusha T goes after Jim Jones, another rapper in New York. So people kept saying, oh my God, what is Jim Jones going to do? Jim Jones is not a battle rapper, but you can't sit there and let somebody just come out and disrespect you.
Why not? If I'm not a battle rapper.
If you come back,
stay in my lane.
But we kept saying if Jim Jones comes back and says something.
And why is his name Jim Jones?
I don't know.
That's not a positive name.
He gotta really come at him. Well, Jim Jones did come out and had a rap. It's like he came up behind Pusha T and hit him in the back of the head with his hand.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
And so Charlamagne and them said, you don't hit a person, a killer.
It's like hitting Mike Tyson.
You don't come up behind Mike Tyson and go, here, don't talk about me anymore. Because when he turns around.
Oh, that fist is a weapon.
So Jim Jones came, and it was kind of good. Pusha T is under Kanye West's label. At least he was. I don't know if he still is.
Okay.
So Jim Jones pretty much came and called him Kanye's slave and all this other stuff.
Okay.
It was still like this. Now everybody's waiting on what Pusha T, because Pusha T got to turn around. And he's a killer. When he turns around, he's going to... Well, here's the problem that everybody has. Jim Jones is a real life gangster.
He is?
Yeah. So what everybody's...
The other guy isn't.
No. So what everybody's nervous about is that Pusha T's going to turn around. It's like Nas. Nas will annihilate you. And he's going to AR-15 Jim Jones with his words. And he gonna put him with so many holes.
And Jim Jones gonna literally AR-15.
And we hoping he keeps everything on the record. Don't bring it to real life.
It. Don't mess up.
He's a real life gangster.
He may pull out his mess.
We hope that's what Pusha T. I believe this. What I believe. Pusha T is going to come back and he's going to talk about how he believes that Jim Jones is an informant and that he's bought by the FBI and that it's a lot of people that's dead because of him. And why are you still alive? And why are you out of prison? Why'd you go into the police station and come out a few hours later? Mm-hmm. I know he's going to hit below. He's going to fire him and fill him full of holes. I'm hoping that Jim Jones just comes back and slaps him again. And don't bring it to the streets.
Is that what Busta Rhymes was saying as far as this beef?
Maybe Busta Rhymes foreshadows. And he's saying, don't mess up the bag for all of us. We don't need another Tupac and Biggie.
Yeah.
Because what'll happen is they'll shut it all down.
Yeah.
They'll say, because of this, I don't want to book any rappers. I don't want y'all on the label.
Be out of season for right now.
Yeah.
It's going to hurt everybody.
Maybe that's it. Busta Rhymes foresees where this could go. And he's saying, everybody just relax and calm down. So we're going to keep an eye on that.
Oh my God. The moment you said one of them is a gangster for real.
He's a gangster for real.
That's scary.
That's like,
because you still got to be careful with your rhymes that you put back in their face.
Because they really about that life. Like you can tease. It's the same as at a card game or something, and everybody joking. Remember Goodfellas? Did you watch Goodfellas?
He was laughing.
Well, remember Goodfellas, and the guy was sitting at the table and he told a joke, and he said they was in the beginning. He was laughing. He said, "What's so funny? What's so funny? I would blast you." I'll blast you right where you sit. And he was like, well, the joke was funny. It was so funny. Am I a clown? Do I amaze you? Joe Pesci played that part so good. What am I, a clown? I got a big red nose on? And the guy was like, no, it was funny. No! So now I'm sitting here to make you laugh. You better hope I don't take you back there and blast you. The man was so nervous. He goes, I'm just joking. And then they all start laughing. He goes, no, I'm not. And it was, oh, God. Oh, no. The man was so nervous. He took his life,
though, did he?
No, well, not that guy.
Okay.
Well, no, the young man.
The man laughing. Took his life.
Well, it was a young guy who was a waiter. Yeah, did you see Goodfellas?
No.
Oh, never. I don't want to.
The beginning of Goodfellas. It don't matter if you tell me. At the beginning of Goodfellas, there was so much profanity I couldn't watch.
Joe Pesci would shoot you where you stand.
Ooh.
He's a in the movie, a real life gangster. Okay. And this movie was supposed to be real life. It's after real life people. What's his name was telling the story.
That reminds me of when The Sopranos. Who was it that was driving with the person and was going to actually take them to kill him?
That's Goodfellas.
No, it wasn't Goodfellas. It was Sopranos.
Well, they got it from Goodfellas.
Did they?
Which they got it from
they were driving, and then he realized
they was taking him.
You got it. That's scary, isn't it?
Well, but you keep driving.
You driving.
We're supposed to be going on somebody's house
and laughing,
and all of a sudden we still driving. He's like, "Y'all getting ready to get rid of me." Yeah. And then they would say, "Can you make it quick?"
Yeah,
we'll make it quick.
Yeah,
Joey.
I remember that. That was sad. That was mafia style. That
we'll
man
make it
knew
quick.
He was going.
That's why I got mad when John Gotti's daughter called us animals.
Yeah, that was mean.
How dare you call black people animals and y'all taking people out and getting rid of them?
Cement
Your dad. But anyway.
You said cement
I'm going to put you, I used to say it all the time. I'm going to fit you with some cement shoes.
Oh my goodness.
All right, well, that's the end of that. Okay. So we're hoping, everybody's praying, everybody's hoping.
You went over time. I want to see you talk the rest of this.
Well,
stuff.
we are. We're all praying and hoping that it don't go off wax.
Everybody's
oh man. Mike said hi. Wendy says, hey girls, hey Mike. They're called, she's talking about seat fillers. The people at the BET Awards.
They
get paid to sit there, and they were so ghetto. What they do? Just call the talent agency. Bring every ghetto person on your roster. Send them to the BET Awards. Layla Morris says that the Tell It Like It Is women back at it again. How y'all doing? Hey, what's up?
Hey.
Ronnie Marshall says 45 said he has done nothing ever to ask God's forgiveness for. Comb over.
He lying right there. We
Thank
all
you.
have done something. We all have sinned.
Thank you.
And fall short of the glory.
I'm not gonna get into the whole Remy and Papoose, but Remy has a rap artist, a man, and apparently people were saying that she was having an affair with him. I never believed it because I never saw Remy as somebody who would have an affair. I don't know her personally.
Okay.
She just doesn't seem like the type. And Papoose held her down when she was in jail. He stayed with her when she was in prison for 6 years, married, and then he kept the family, kept everything together.
Okay.
And then when they came out, they had another little baby. I never saw her as somebody who would cheat. Again, I don't know these people in real life. But apparently Papoose ran into her artist, and beat him down. That's what they said. No. Which is the way you should be. No guns or nothing. Just fisticuffs. Okay. Fisticuffs. And beat him up.
That
now,
can still take their life.
Apparently this happened around Father's Day. So people was noticing. They thought they was getting a divorce because she never wished him a happy Father's Day. No pictures, no nothing, no flower, no underwear, no nothing.
No tie.
And the only picture that was of him and the kids without her.
Okay.
So we felt like Remy, I hope she's not really cheating and getting a divorce. Well, we saw them at the BET Awards.
Oh, that's what
so
saying.
That's probably, she's answering y'all, I'm with my husband.
By being with him.
I think if she didn't wish him a happy Father, I think she was probably upset with him. Because why did you beat up my artist because you listened to what people saying?
Thank you.
Now this dude got to be beat up because you listened to what other people said. Mm-hmm. So I don't know.
He's injured. Now I got to heal.
Yeah, we don't know if it's real or not.
Okay.
The other thing that everybody was talking about, it was a lot this weekend. That's why. Another thing that people was talking about this weekend was this graduate. Okay. This black girl, let me show you if they can show it. Oh, she's not going to show it on here. This black girl took, you see how they coming up and they saying their names for graduation? Mm-hmm. Oh, here it is. This is what she did.
What the?
Oh, you can't hear.
She took the mic?
She snatched the mic out of the woman's hand. And then she going to drop it on the ground.
What did she say?
First of all, the lady, apparently, she got mad because some people was able to say their whole name. She was saying her name. She has like a 2-minute name. And the white lady took the microphone. Yeah.
Lola.
Like, say your name.
Lenora.
No, a fake name.
Deja, Monet, Lisa.
Exactly. And she got mad and went and snatched the mic out of the lady's hand, wrestled with it, snatched the mic out of the lady's hand, and said, I'm going to say my name. She said her name, and then she dropped the mic and left. Y'all going to respect me. That's what she was like. Disrespect? No. Now, everyone went off on this. Some people had different sides. The lady should have let her say her whole name. I don't care if it's 15 minutes long. Some people said, even if the lady didn't let her say her whole name, your response should be to wrestle the mic out of the woman's hand. And you look worse doing that.
I'm trying to understand.
See?
Who is okay with that?
Thank you. Some people went with the lady should have not wrestled with her and just let her take the mic. Everybody had a different opinion on what happened on that day.
How is this girl going to be out in the world?
A lot of people said, okay, for those of you who are taking up for her, what college wants you? What job wants you?
Yes.
No. If that's your answer to that, if anything, she should have just stood there. When the lady took the mic, she could have just stayed right there and said, I wanted to finish my name,
I
ma'am.
didn't say my whole name, ma'am.
Oh.
Dejanay, Lucy, Mary, whatever.
But to snap, and then some people said, well, the white lady shouldn't have been trying to snap. Why would she let her have a mic? You a student. I don't know what you going to say on that mic.
She's managing the program.
Yeah.
And she is in control.
And I don't know what you're going to say. You can say anything.
I would call them the school. Y'all going to what you call
exactly.
it. I gotta to have some control over y'all. Y'all young.
Thank you. So that was the whole big old thing with that. I wanted to mention that.
Woman,
so a young black girl came out and did Twitter. This young girl.
Yeah.
She's for the white lady. She said that was wrong. She said she was giving an example of she was letting each one of us say our name. She probably thought she was done. Nobody knew you had a 15-minute word name.
Exactly.
And saying that again, the way she did it was wrong. Now, on the other side, she did say, I didn't agree with the whole graduation. First of all, we should have been on stage. That's tacky for us to be in the grass.
Where were they at?
I don't know where this is.
What city is this in? Oh my!
See, you're making me have to look now.
I'm sorry. It does make a difference.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
If y'all know what city this is.
It's somewhere East Coast.
Okay.
But she's saying that we should have been on stage and all of that. Which is true.
Would have, could have.
No, she's saying it's wrong with the girl, but the whole thing was tacky.
I know.
So I get it.
So the girl adding that.
She added to the tacky. So, all right. Oh, wow. I'm gonna mention this. I'm going through all the stories. I don't care if we overtime.
Okay.
Because I don't want to bring these up tomorrow. Tyler Perry. Remember we said Tyler Perry was buying BET. Mm-hmm. He now has second thoughts. Tyler Perry
mentioned that briefly though. Last
$3 billion BET is asking for, and he does not want to pay that.
I wonder if other networks have been that high.
That's probably more than that. BET is failing, yeah.
But $3 billion is a lot. Is a normal amount.
Yep.
So more
No, I think it's more.
Other networks are more than
that. But they've been losing money. And people don't watch television like they used to. Wow. So he's starting to think, do I want to put $3 billion into a medium that no one is really, young people not watching TV anymore. So if I was Tyler Perry, I wouldn't buy it.
How are they watching like the BET Awards?
You could watch it on YouTube and Twitter and stuff.
Oh. Okay.
So I don't know. Is he really going to buy it or not? I would understand if he didn't. I wouldn't put $3 billion into it if I did.
Let's see if nobody buys.
They need to come down off of that.
Then they know their price is too high.
So that's that one.
Okay.
This man.
You told me about this man.
This was on The Breakfast Club. The lady talked about it. A man accused of cutting the limbs off puppies can't find a defense attorney willing to take his case.
I told you they can just plead insanity because he is really little.
It says the man accused of mutilating live puppies in Baytown was supposed to appear in court Tuesday morning. He didn't because according to prosecutors, the court couldn't find him a defense attorney willing to take the case. The court wouldn't tell us who the lawyers were that turned him down. ABC 13 went to find out about this story. So all this, he would go into the hospital. Say, according to court documents, Belton arrived at the 24/7 animal hospital at 6 a.m. that day with 6 puppies that had been seriously abused. Records state 4 of the 6 puppies had legs and paws cut off. He had the nerve to take them to the animal hospital after he didn't mutilate them.
What is wrong with him?
Was he eating them? We don't know.
Oh my goodness.
But the bottom line is
Dahmer and John Wayne Gacy had lawyers. Why can't this cuckoo man get lawyers?
Well, and I'll put this in our community tab. That's kind of the argument that the Breakfast Club was saying. Mm-hmm. He can't find an attorney.
He should be able to.
Do people think animals are more important than humans? Like you can find somebody who mutilated babies to defend, but because it's puppies, they like, no, I'm not defending you.
I don't know, because it could.
Do you value human life more? I guess I did ask that on our thing. Mm-hmm. Do you value a human life more than an animal life? Some people said it's the same to them, especially if the animal is a family member. Mm-hmm. That's the same to them. Losing that puppy would be like losing a child.
It goes back to not so much differentiating the animal and a human, because I don't know. Maybe we're hearing the news too soon that somebody's not going to defend him. But my thing is, there were people who've done worse than him, not so much with an animal, but they still got legal defense.
Right. So
I don't know why he literally, I thought it would be easier because he's just doing animals and not people.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
So that's a tough one.
So he can't find a legal. Is it like how they do when they give you a defender?
Public defender.
Can they do that for
they probably have to give him one.
Defense lawyer?
Yeah, they got to give him a public defender.
Yeah, but
he can't find an attorney that wants to take his case.
He's like that movie, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Yeah.
But
that does ask a question. And when they asked it on the Breakfast Club, I said, I don't have the answer for that. Because we eat animals. And then DJ Envy said, yeah, but who has a deer as a pet? Some people probably do have a deer as a pet. But you
said he was doing puppies.
Well, I'm saying, then he said...
That's really sad, because he's getting the baby of them.
And then DJ Envy said, well, a dog is different than a deer. But then Charlamagne said, but in some countries, they eat dogs.
Right, that's
so you can't... And then Envy said, you know what? I don't have an answer. And that's what Charlamagne said. I don't know if we have an answer for that. That's kind of what the PETA people are saying. What makes one animal over another animal, and what makes a human life over an animal's life?
Because think about it. It's unfortunate that back at even the slavery time, people were treating their animals better than they were treating us as slaves.
Not even back then. Now. People
Even
treat
now,
their animals like
better than they would as slaves.
Yeah.
So I don't even know now. You
Some
can't say
people
animals versus people.
will feed a dog outside and a cat before they feed a homeless person.
A homeless person.
They feel more sorry for the
of
dog.
a ethnicity that they don't like.
Yeah.
Or trust.
So that's a good question. I don't think there's an answer for it.
It's not.
Other than your human connection, that's the only thing I can think of. We're not connected to chickens. So we don't have a problem with you going out and cutting them up.
Like you're saying, very rarely a person may have made that type of chicken.
But what if you got a pet chicken? You'll feel a certain kind of way if somebody come in.
Sonny says she names hers.
I don't understand. Well, she only do it for the eggs,
and stuff, so she don't slaughter them.
But she would feel a certain kind of way if somebody walked in and took Albert. If she named him and she knew Albert, like, why you taking Albert? Well, we got to eat.
Yeah.
So, that
is a hard one to say.
That's a tough one.
But the bottom line is that he's mentally disturbed.
Yeah, that nut job.
He's
Okay. We always try to do a TikTok, right? You haven't seen this one, right? We always try to do a TikTok of the day, just like we do joke of the day. Okay. So today's TikTok of the day, where is this? Michael Jesus Jackson singing at a funeral.
Oh, all right.
What in the I'm starting with the man in the mortuary, smooth and terrible. Please stop, because we've had enough Michael Jesus Jackson funeral song gone wrong. It's going on. Yeah. Jesus, who can turn your life around? Ooh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Who can fill your body? Who can make you strong? Who can help you hold out a little longer? Jesus! Jesus! Jesus!
Quit fooling yourself and quit trying to make yourself look like a fool. Quit doing that now. Folks is look at you.
So my question is,
Michael Jesus Jackson.
Again, another funeral. How come we've never gone to places like that and if people do that at funerals?
I think I do remember some funerals in the past. It's been a while where the person singing is, ooh, we all sit there and smile. Because what can you say? You can't, what can you do?
Okay.
If they're going off, the notes is going off, or they jumping on the casket, people just do crazy stuff.
All right. Now,
that hairstyle made him look like Michael Jackson Jesus. Go ahead.
Oh, here. Wendy says, Willie D has gone to check on John Amos. Okay. So we'll see what's going on with John Amos. And Roni Martell says, yes, exactly. We know we all have things we've done. We all need forgiveness. Okay. You always ask every day, who's Charlamagne the God's donkey of the day?
Right.
Is?
Okay. Donkey.
On the Breakfast Club. Well, today, the donkey of the day is Ocean Gate. The people that did that Titan, the submarine.
The company that created
the submerger, whatever that is. It wasn't a submarine.
Okay.
That went down and those people, it imploded and got rid of those people.
Are they being sued?
No. Oh, I don't know. They probably will be. Posting went viral. They were actually looking for a job posting of some of the people on the ship. This guy right here.
What do you mean the job posting?
They put, while they was looking for them, they had posted the positions was open.
Oh my God. Okay. That's donkey. So that man and his son,
they got read for filth. The people said how that is so insensitive.
Thank you.
We didn't even, this is before we knew what happened. This is when those days we was counting down. They put a job posting saying that they needed somebody to guide the ships. And they posted
those people that was on that ship,
some
their jobs.
Whatever, if they work for Ocean Gate.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely this man's position. The guy who's had the little thing, they looking for another guy that has a little Xbox thing.
No. Ocean Gate. Okay.
So he gave them Donkey of the Day.
Yes.
It says Ocean Gate Expeditions listed a job posting for a submersible pilot on its website while the frantic search and rescue mission was underway. Social media was abuzz on Friday after screenshots of the ad, which was posted before the Coast Guard announced what happened Thursday.
That's mean. That is, they wouldn't even they could be still breathing to this day underwater under something.
It said Ocean Gate posted the ad of a submersible pilot marine technician who would help manage and operate our fleet of manned submersibles and support vessels. First of all,
bring somebody on board to build more of those.
So Charlemagne said, you pretty much are asking people to die.
What do you mean?
We want to hire you.
They don't have to go in it. They can just build it.
No, they need you to go in it and submerge and go down and guide it.
And create something better than that, though,
right?
No,
they're looking for a job person right now. They didn't say engineer. They said they need somebody to guide their submersibles.
Who's going to apply for that job?
Thank you. And why would you do that? You automatically assuming that they're not coming back. And Charlemagne said, if that don't tell you that big business don't care about you as a worker.
Yeah, they just need you to.
He said, be sick for a few days. And you'll look on your job's website and now have your job.
I told you I got let go via Federal Express because I didn't call in. So they via mail, Federal Express, you no longer work here.
So they got Donkey of the Day.
Wow.
All right.
You don't never hear of that much. People that, unless maybe because it's not big news like this, because how do we know those plane crashes that people have died in?
That they put ads
that
up
they
for
have
them?
their ads for their job.
But this wasn't that people passed away. They were looking.
Before.
They put it out. We didn't even know what happened.
Before they even knew they passed away.
That's why a lot of people. That's why a lot of people said they did know. The Navy knew.
Oh, that's right. You said
the
they just
Navy
didn't want
knew.
us to know.
The Navy knew. And they said they must, I'm sure they told them.
Wow.
So they knew what happened.
Okay.
So
That's
why
true.
put the world through that?
Yeah.
Countdown, millions of
For them
dollars.
to post that ad, they knew.
They knew. So,
okay. All right,
y'all.
We got through it.
So, don't forget to get our book, 100 Family-Friendly Jokes.
Mm-hmm.
The link is in the description.
On
Amazon. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Always believe. And that was another Woods Report. See y'all later.